Hey, you guys. We just want you to know, everybody I think knows that AJ is a pretty sick guy right now. And he's been sick for almost a year. And Don Doolittle is putting a little blurb together on I call it on tape, but something together that we could send to AJ and let him have a little piece of the action here. First of all, I think we should all say, "Hello, AJ!" Hello, AJ! And with that, the party can start. Diane has something that she wants, a presentation she wants to make right now. This is kind of neat. I got an inside scoop.
Are you ready for this?
We're ready.
Okay. This rose goes to our honorary bear. And would you step up, Maria?
The honorary bear.
Yeah.
We're making you an honorary bear. Honorary bear.
Good. Berkeley bear.
Thank you. I'm so flattered.
Well, we love you.
Oh, just thank
Yeah,
you.
we love you. That's so nice.
That is so sweet of you.
Well, thank you.
I'm quite speechless because I haven't been feeling good all day. Because I've been complaining all day.
Well,
I've even threatened to leave Dave in Canada.
Well, Dave used to be my hero,
He did.
but now you're my heroine.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
Oh, touch. Okay, now we're calling Don up.
Don Desch. Don Desch. Hey, Don, we've only got so much tape in this machine. We only have so much tape in this
All right,
machine.
Don, you tell the story. What we're doing.
Oh, this is what we're doing. This is we talked about this 2 days ago, and I've already forgotten it. Diane and Jackie had asked me if there was anything we could do as a class that, as we died off, when we got to the last two people in the class, there would be something to remember the class that those people. And there is a military tradition. There's a lot of things that went on from the Civil War and so forth, where groups that had significance in the wars, and the last two people, they would have a drink, and then that would be it. But anyhow, so I study the World War I flying because I was a flyer, and it intrigued me. And in 1916, France was fighting Germany and losing.
You were
And
there?
I was there. And the United States had declared neutrality, if you remember. We were not going to get into.
I remember that.
Yes, remember. And it was not then at that time called World War I. It was just a conflict between Germany and France. And France was trying to suck the Americans into the war, and our government and our people. But anyhow, the French decided that one of the things that they might do is start a little flying organization of made of American pilots. And there was a lot of American pilots at the time that wanted a war. And if you were a military pilot like I was, you like war. War's fun. And so they got people, American pilots, interested in coming to France. And I know this is a shaggy dog story, but it's necessary. So anyhow, 38 Americans and 5 Frenchmen started an organization that they called the Escadrille Americaine. Well, of course, the English had to get involved.
Yay!
And the English... And the English got the ass because they said, well, it's American and we're not going to join. So they changed the name to the Lafayette Escadrille. Now that name probably rings a bell with a lot of you, because they made 3 films out of this organization. All of them were lousy. They were They were not factual or nothing. If you ever want to read it, there's a couple of books, good books about it. But anyhow, one of the
There's
things
only
now
so
this
much
is
tape in this.
yeah, I know. And so how do we get involved in this? Well, anyhow, one of the things they did right at the very beginning of their war effort in France, they had what they called the bottle of death. And anytime you shot somebody down, everybody drank from the bottle. Anytime anybody got shot down, they drank from the bottle. So it was kind of an interesting tradition. Of course, at the end of the war, they had drank a lot of bottles up because they shot a lot of people down, a lot of people got shot down. So then they went on to, after the war, they started having reunions. Now, okay, you got where we're going to? They started having, here we are. Okay, started having reunions, and all the pilots that were left, they would go to France. And we're not going to be able to do that because Berkeley is, but they would go to France and they would have all the remaining pilots, they would drink from the bottle of death. Of course, it's not the original bottle. Over the years it had changed. It started out as an 80-year-old bottle of scotch, and they drank that all up, and then they drank a lot of champagne, and they drank some this other stuff. So anyhow,
There's only so much tape.
yeah, I know. So what I suggested was that we get a bottle of death, which we have, and it's brandy. And what we're going to do is what Diane has done. She has gone through the crowd, and she's picked out. I think four of the healthiest looking people we got. They're going to be the guardians of the bottles. Now we pick four. Usually only pick two, but there's a possibility that both of them would die in the same period of time, and then the bottle will be locked. So we're going to have four people that are going to be the guardians of the bottle, and every time we get together as a group, if we ever do again, or if people like at the luncheons, they'd have the bottle at the luncheons, and everybody would take a drink from the bottle, and then if we run out, we'll chip in and we'll get us another bottle. But as time goes by, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to become fewer and fewer till one day there's only going to be one of us left, and it's going to be me. What?
You're not on my list.
You'll say anything to get
I'm not on the list. Wait a minute.
I scratched
You mean
it off.
I look at these people? I got to be healthier than most of them. That's ridiculous. But anyhow, that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. And she's got the bottle and the names.
Well, yes, I do. And I had certain criteria, but I'll make it short. Non-smoker, longevity, no meds, not much
There isn't
stress,
any- who's not on med?
exercise, outside interest, have a pet, and or so. So one I picked was Wilma, if she'll come up.
Wilma.
Wilma's up.
She's got no bad habits.
Now, I think
She is a bad habit.
Dorothy, I checked her teeth, and there's.
Hey, what are you? This is a horse auction or what?
I think Jackie qualifies.
Jackie?
Here.
I don't know. She wears fur.
Oh, that's
Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind.
And Ron Edwards.
And Ron Edwards. Oh, no, I'm not in this.
That's only three. No, I'm not helping.
I don't know.
And Dorothy.
Dorothy!
I would qualify, but I'm very forgetful and I'd probably drink it all.
I think you qualify.
Okay, now which one of you wants to be in charge here?
Wilma, Jackie. Jackie.
All right, we're
Give
going
it
to
to
call on.
I'll drink it all.
Jackie.
Okay.
Come here. No, I don't want you to. Oh. She's thinking about the sure you don't want to drink it.
Now the deal is the rest of us are involved in this too, because if anybody hears of one of these four expiring, you need to let the rest of us know so we can appoint somebody. So anyhow, so we always got to keep at least four until there's only four left. This is going to go to three, then to two, then. Is there, now, statistically, in this room,
Hey, everybody
there
smile.
is 15 people that will make it to 100.
Come on, get in here.
Statistically. Yeah. 150 statistically, and I was reading on the internet the other day. They said that the person will be the first person to live to be 150 has been born. So, with medical and research and body parts and abstention, which they killed me.
How old is the Brady?
No, abstention. I'm sorry. Our English friend here thought I said an extension and she wanted to know who it was. I said abstaining and she thought I said extension and she wanted to know who it was.
Welcome to the Berkeley High School Bears.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, maybe you wanted to.
Hey, Don. Don's work is done.
Huh?